as a teacher, I'm getting quicker results. So there's, you know, getting what I want much quicker, way less work. And I think as a person outside of school, pretty much the same thing.
What would support you in shifting from being a good teacher to a great teacher? Okay. Now, before you had said knowledge, in other words, the things that I don't know, referring to things like disabilities. So at that stage, that is what you thought would make you a great teacher as opposed to a good teacher. So what do you feel now, if there is any difference?
I can honestly say I am now a great teacher.
Creative Consciousness International and the Synergy Schooling approach have partnered up to demonstrate how effective education can be when you have empowered teachers who are skilled communicators that know how to make a difference to children's and parents' lives. All the teachers go through a powerful coach training curriculum that results in them becoming professional consciousness life coaches. This training comprises of 5 workshops over a 6 to 8 month period, and the results are clear. Successful and effective education is not the result of modern textbooks, but the result of a teacher who knows how to empower, how to bring value and meaning to a child, and how to unlock each and every child's potential. This is consciousness coaching. This is the Synergy Schooling approach. The following video clip shows interviews with the teachers during their training where they share their own journey of empowerment and the impact their learning has had on their own classroom environment. So Patsy, what did you value most and how has this impacted your teaching practice now?
Well, 2 things really impacted me, and we briefly touched base on it. One is realizing how much power I have, and the other one was realizing that I really actually do like myself.
And what's the result of that be then, Patsy?
What will the result of that be? Is that I will have happy children. I will have, and not just happy in the superficial sense, but children who realize that they valued.
You mentioned that what you valued most was realizing how much power that you have. So what opens up as a possibility for you as a teacher realizing how much power you have?
Yes, I can really make an impact.
Okay.
I can really, yeah. I'm not sure how, but if I can somehow give to children what I have gotten and have children realize their inner power, wow.
So what opens up in that? If that is what you could do, what would that space be like?
Self-assured, self-expressive children who aren't afraid of doing things, who aren't afraid of taking chances.
And then what would your classroom environment be like or be experienced as?
Vibrant, alive. Yeah.
Okay. Sounds like something worth going for. So what did you value most and how has this impacted your teaching now?
Well, at the moment I can't wait for school to start.
And how would this look like then in your class? Because you said that you're excited to implement what you've got. So if class had started, what would you see as the result of that now happening?
I would see myself way less frustrated. I would be much more peaceful.
Okay.
And I think that peacefulness and calmness definitely reflects, the children would get that. And yeah, so I just think that it will be a much calmer space. And I've realized that because of my expectation and frustration directly linked to the expectation not being met, I'm ending up frustrated and pissed off. And yeah, definitely the children resist that pissed offness. So none of that will happen. So yeah, in sort of in reality, I can then see that the resistance will be less. Being coached has helped me tremendously. So I think what has happened is I've always had a relatively can-do attitude, you know. But I think it's gone further than sort of I can do the physical. I can now do other things. I can make a difference. I can be my word. I can be inspiring, and I can be inspired. So, and then almost I think expecting it, or sort of putting it out there and saying, what about all of you? And that's what I've done to a certain extent in the classroom and on the playground. But I don't think I can. So how about you try? What do you need me to do so that you would be able to do this yourself? Kind of thing. For instance, yesterday Charlie said, can you pick me in the tree? And I said, well, first of all, no, because if you can't get in, you can't get out. But what do you think we'll have to need so that you can get into the tree? So we actually tied a rope so that he has a handle to pull himself into the tree. So, you know, I think just the fact that I've now gotten to the point where I can, and if I can, everybody can.
Good.
So yeah. My understanding of them increases, and when I really get them, then that kind of puts me in a position of power, because then I can really impact, or I can then act in such a way that would positively impact them.
Mm-hmm. It's kind of like if you can figure out the key
Yes.
that would unlock people,
Yes.
getting them, then now you're actually powerful to support them.
Yes.
So what possibilities does this open up for you then?
Man. I mean, just reflecting on our previous conversation, how people sort of think one step further. Inspirational speaker. You know, support for parents globally, issues that they might come across, and then supporting children in really expressing. I'm thinking of all the children out there who just live this life and who end up with all this bottled up anger because they never heard. To then be, I don't know, like the child guru, the person that children can speak to, who then can support them in accessing language or whatever it is that they can get other people to get them.
So what comes to my mind is like the nanny on TV, which I know, who supports parents. You would like the child guru, who a child who's being so frustrated knows that you will get them, and in that way you might make them feel heard, and as such support other people in getting them,
so that they can, you know, sort of speak to me. It's like, you know what, my parents just don't get me, and then I can put things in place that would ultimately support the child in getting what he wants, rather than sort of supporting the parent in raising perfect children, you know. generation of children going, oh, that Patsy Hamilton, thank the good Lord for her.